Hey, hey, it's Monday. I know you feel blessed. I hope you feel refreshed. I'm back. We got another one. Today is a new week, new topic. I'm excited to be here again with you for encouraging talks, and thank you for joining me. All right, so this week we have another viewer's choice week. This viewer's choice is from my cousin Penny, and she suggested this book. It's called The Four Agreements. This book is very interesting. I've done a little bit of reading so far. So, my goal for this week is to talk about it a little bit today with you guys to see if you've ever heard it, anything like that. And then for the rest of the week, there's four agreements inside the book, and we're going to talk about them each day of the week for the rest of the week. So, yeah, this as I started to do my research and really dig in deep, I am enjoying this book. I'm always up for a challenge. So, this is super exciting. Thank you so much for this viewer's choice. Let's see who we got. I'm gonna try to keep it short for those coming back on the replay. How you doing, Mr. Terry? Thanks for coming in. It's good to see you again. You got all the broadcasts going. I appreciate you so much. Hey, cousin Penny, thanks for coming in. Hey, Frugal Mama, thanks for coming in. Hey, Tyrese, good to see you this morning. Thank you for coming in. Good morning, Josh. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Mr. Terry says my internet was out of my house. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's so good to have you back. I knew it was something. It is so good to have you back. I'm glad that God blessed you and was able to get that thing back up and running. Good morning, Anne Marie, my sissy. It's good to see you. Good morning, my brother Steve. Good to see you as well. This weekend has gone by so fast. I hope it was incredible for y'all. Um, Unique and I got together on Friday and had a pretty interesting live Friday night. That was just part one. We're going to do part two this week sometime. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be phenomenal. Hey, Miss B, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Miss B and fam. All right, everybody saying good morning, good morning. Yeah, so let's not waste no time. Can't wait. I know that's right. As always, you know, I like to have those conversations that, a lot of us might be thinking about the things, but we just don't talk about them. So that is just another one of those things. So, primarily for those who are content creators or wanting to start YouTube, really good information. All right. Thank y'all for joining me. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So, has anybody heard about this book, The Four Agreements? I hadn't until I started to, do my research on it, and it's pretty interesting. I have started to read it, and it's a pretty short read. It's maybe, I think it's seven chapters in this book. And I pulled it up on Audible, and it was free for me because I have a lot of credits on Audible, but otherwise it might have been 10 or $11. This book was published on January 1st in 1997. So it's a pretty older book. Excuse me. But the information that's in it is it's pretty interesting. Frugal Mama, yo, you heard of it? Okay. Yeah. I know that you like to do a lot of reading and stuff, so that is awesome. Excuse me. Great book, great life if you can't break those agreements. All right. Yep. So, Frugal Mom said, good morning, everyone. So, the author of this book, his name is Don Ruiz. He wrote this, and the book is a practical guide to personal freedom. Don Ruiz is from Mexico, and his ancestors are um, they're called Toltec, and it's pretty much ancient wisdom that everyday people can apply to their modern lives. So the information in the book is very relevant to mental health. It's also kind of talks about kind of mirroring things along the lines of cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT). CBT pretty much helps people change their thoughts and their behaviors as a way of improving their mental health, um, tackling things like anxiety and depression, and just really, uh, living your best life, basically walking into it. And as Penny said right there on that comment, great book, great life if you can't break those agreements. So, like I said, this week we're going to break down each agreement as much as I can. Oh, you heard of it too, Steve? Okay. I used to read a lot of books, but I've never read a book like this. I think I was more into the storytelling, fantasy, romance type books back then. So Don Ruiz is the author of this book, and he was actually a physician in his life. He was training to be a physician, and then he had a near death experience in a car accident. So he says that with him having this near death experience, um, he pretty much changed his perspective on life. So he decided to really just drown himself in really learning about the wisdom of his ancestors. And his ancestors were, again, called the Toltecs. Um, he pretty much, with all that wisdom, he had his own gift and wanting to make this book and share it with us. And it's going to help us, really get down to the bottom of, you know, living a fulfilling life. Let's see. Who did I miss? Yeah, cognitive behavioral therapy. Yeah. Hey, 1B. Thanks for coming in. I got quite a few books under my belt. Okay, all right. Yeah, I like to read, and this is very interesting. Um, yeah, and I like it even more because it was a quick read. So yeah. All right, let me get back to my notes. I just want to make sure I didn't miss nobody. Um, so this book is both practical and it's thought provoking as well. It is deep, but it's also very simple to understand. Um, the advice is simple and it's easy to understand, but the challenge is really trying to incorporate the four agreements into your life and how to really replace those destructive behaviors in our minds with positive beliefs and things that can actually happen. Excuse me. So this book is sort of spiritual in nature, but it's not a religious writing of a book. Um, so if someone is a non-believer, you don't necessarily have to be turned away from this book. It's not a religious read. It really can really just help somebody really change around their entire belief system and the purposes for their life. So ultimately, the author Don Ruiz is trying to convey and try to help us convert our lives from living in hell to experiencing life on earth. And though it's a bold statement, it's been proven that just by reading this book, you can actually make some significant life changes. Let's see here. Who did I miss? Who did I miss? Thank you for sharing us this book. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you again because this is a viewer's choice and my cousin Penny suggested it. So, it's excited. Very exciting. Um, Right now, I'm just gathering what I've read from research, and as I read further, I'll be, each day we're going to talk about the different agreements, which are, let me tell you that real quick. Doo-doo-doo. The four agreements are to be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. So that's pretty interesting. Um, I recently had a situation where I was like in my head, like kind of talking to myself because, I really asked God to show me me in a lot of situations. And as He's showing me me, I'm noticing that, oh man, I can make assumptions a lot, and that's not a healthy thing. It can really set you up for failure, because if you're assuming something that is probably not true, is it can really cause some damage in a relationship, or you really make a conversation go left. So that's something that's pretty interesting that God showed me in that, to not assume so much, and then to be given the task of reading this book is phenomenal. I feel like it's confirmation, and God, He'll do that. He'll give us confirmation in a lot of different ways. We just got to know that that's what it is. Hey, FR Humphrey, thanks for coming in. Good morning, Miss Anita Mother. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you so much. Penny says, my hardest agreement to break is don't take things personal. Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Um, yeah, that's probably second for me. So I thought that was really cool. Um, so at the end of the day, the author of this book really gives us a picture. As we're reading the book, he's also really making us um, think even harder, to the fact that, he explained to us that we are all raised to accept certain ideas or agreements that are, kind of placed on us by our parents or by school or religion and things like that. But um, these agreements are not based on our reality. They're just ideas that we have blindly accepted. And those are those four agreements. He goes on to explain that we were born pure, but at a very young age, we are domesticated. Basically, we're broken somewhere. Um, our spirit. He suggests that our spirits are broken at a young age, just depending on different things that might have happened or not happened, and that really caused us to abandon who we really are. Um, but as I'm learning and reading this book, that in order to really be rewarded and to avoid punishments, we have to really behave a certain way. I mean, you would assume, right? Because we're all adults, so we should know that. But some of us, we still have those ways about us that that makes life harder for us. Um, a lot of times we kind of carry ourselves or behave in a way that others expect us to be, instead of really being who we really are, truly in nature, and against going, at the same time going against our true selves and who we really are, just because of what people expect. Now we're creating chaoses in our own lives and not even realizing it. So that just kind of boils down to being the best version of yourself, which is my whole purpose here on this channel, is to get us back to, being the best version of ourselves. Okay, sorry about that. My little one woke up. All right, so let me see. I didn't miss nobody. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is just what I'm taking away from just what I've read so far and the summary of the book. It's pretty interesting. Um, so this author really he really sets up a visual picture of what we really need to take from this book. And with it being so short, I think it's possible for us to really possibly even relate this to our lives. So there are several characters in the book as well, and they pretty much interact together to create some type of image of some of the emotional pains that we could be going through by lacking in these four agreements in our own lives. Um, in order to really understand more about the characters and the destructions and things like that, that their emotional pains that they're doing in the book, I encourage you to read the book. You can find it on Audible for free. I got it with using a credit. Otherwise, it's between $10 and $11, and it was published in 1997, so it might even be cheaper than that. And as always, if you go to the library, I'm sure they'll let you rent it out for what 2 or 3 weeks or so, and it doesn't even take that long to read. So the four agreements are simple. They are very simple, but they're not easy to, um, for us to live out our lives. Um, Most of us have been conditioned in a way to live our lives a certain way, and for us to want to even look for different ways to improve ourselves is a challenge in itself. So, if you're up for the challenge, we got the entire week to read the book, talk about the book, and it's going to be interesting. Um, let's see. So these are going to hopefully improve our lives. Again, they are: be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. So, yeah, I can't wait for the rest of this week to really break them down. Let's see who we got coming in here. Who did I miss? 12 people. Thanks for being here. Hey Lisa, how are you? Thanks for coming in, Lisa J. Good morning, IB. Thanks for coming in. And I think that's it. Cool. So we've been here almost 20 minutes. Like I said, I was trying to keep it short. It's been pretty short. This is just an introduction to what our week is going to look like. Um, Let me know if you have this book, if you plan on jumping back into it with me, if you plan on getting this book. Maybe even I can pull you up on the panel, throughout the week, and we can have a discussion about this. I got this idea, because it is viewer's choice, but also because I was doing a football talk yesterday for the Super Bowl, and I was told that I did a really good commentary, and I was like, I didn't even know what commentary meant. Is that what the word means? So I figured I could do commentary with this book, so that's pretty cool. Um, that that God showed me a way to really lean into my uncomfortable areas. Like this is something that I probably would not have normally done. To be suggested this book on Friday and to be here on Monday, and I've actually read it a little bit and throughout my weekend is really just leaning into to what God has for me. And you never know what it could be. It can come in the form and fashion of anything. Okay, so um, instead of saying, "Oh no, I'm not doing that. That's not for me. I'm not that type of person." Maybe lean into that uncomfortable area because God is more than likely trying to show you something. Good morning, Tia. Thanks for coming in. Misfits is real. Calls it. demystification, fitting into the boxes society has created for each of us. Interesting, yep. Interesting. So, good morning, Grandma Patty. How are you, G-Ma?
Hi, sweetie.
My little one woke up. She ready to go to school. She was out for 3 days last week for parent teacher conferences. So we are excited to get back into the groove. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Yay.
I'm in the store
Mm-hmm.
and, and I'm going to play and take a nap and my mommy pick me up.
Yes. Good job. Good job, girl. Okay, y'all. So, um, as always, I like to end this thing off by talking about our Kingdom Builders community. If you could please check my community tab because there is a complete list up right now. This list has grown more than just the morning. This list has gone on to Monday through Friday and the weekend. And there is somewhere for you to go every day. Yeah, it's pretty. Every day for you to stay surrounded, what? Rooted, surrounded, and grounded in the Word of God. Here, we got to put these on first. Put these on first. See, most of us are, we're not reading the Bible. We're not praying or not hooping and hollering even. We are just doing what God has called us to do, and we're being consistent at it. It could be many different things. It could be showing somebody a new craft. It could be opening someone's eyes to the future. It could be encouraging somebody to exercise. It could be um, so many different things that we are all doing on our platform. So, if you're interested to know more about the Kingdom Builders community, check my community tab. Here, let me help you. It's inside out. Let me see. New Kingdom Builders are being interviewed every single day of the week. We have opened up every day of the week. So if you get an email, it's not it's not spam. It's me. A lot of you I've tried to email so far. I just have to say, Frugal Mama, you are so hard to get in touch with. You are such a busy lady. All right, so yeah, y'all, I can't wait. Miss Anita is coming up today, 5 p.m. Eastern on Unique's platform. Miss Anita will be interviewed. So y'all have to tune in. Miss Anita is such a powerful woman, and I'm so glad that she will be a part of this community. Okay. So let's go ahead and head on out of here before I get to talking and forgetting where I'm at. I hope you have the best day. Here, let me help you. It's okay. Stay encouraged, stay humble, stay you. That's it. That's all. As always, remember, be true to yourself. Because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Bye bye.